All right. I was so excited that all these buttons back here and dials because I'm not used to being here alone. Oh my goodness. So, guys, we're about to step into the miraculous today. I'm going to have an amazing guest today. Her name is Julia Treat, and she is a treat. And what's so funny is that she kind of is like me in a lot of ways. So, we're going to talk about her in a minute. But I just want to talk to you guys to remind you that we may be in difficult and challenging times, okay? But remember that we were called for this, that these are the times for which we chose to be here. And I want to remind you that you have all the skills that you need to do what you came here to do because you arranged it. You set up a meeting and said, "Yep, I'm going to go down and help those people down on planet Earth. I'm going to meet up with Joan of Angels and Julia Treat as I work on my and walk on my soul path." But guys, you came down here. I want to remind you with a mission and a purpose to support, to do you, to learn your lessons, to soul grow, and so you can ascend as well. And so we're in these amazing times that require us to live our best self. It requires us to really step into that memory of who we are. And not just who we are personally, but the last few years have made us remember that we are living in a planetary, global collective. And so that what we do over here literally has an impact over here. And so when we talk about stepping in the miraculous and spreading miracles worldwide, that's what we're talking about. How do we create an energy where we can spread that high vibration around that planet to live the life that we know we can? And so collectively, we've come here to do that. So, guys, please go check out the website, joanofangels.com. I have a beautiful new ebook there, Awaken to Your Soul Filled Purpose, which is kind of funny because even my book, I just realized that I wrote in 2005. The Miracle Makers Club is called the Miracle Makers Club. Live your soul filled and prosperous life today. So we can do that, and these are the tools to do that. All right, now I'm going to bring in our amazing guest. And interesting enough, she's a miracle maker too. She's a miracle magnet. Her name is Julia Treat. She is a worldwide renowned psychic medium, angel intuitive healer, spiritual mentor, author, and podcaster. She thrives on helping children and adults remember and embrace their own divine connection. And she reminds us we all have abilities, just like what I'm saying, right? Given to us by God, and her purpose is to help others gain a crystal clear connection with the higher realms, bringing peace and healing through this connection. So it is a pleasure to welcome Julia Treat. Hello, beautiful.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Uh,
Hello. I thought that was long. I think next time is to say just Julia. That's all I am. Hello,
it
everyone.
was.
I'm in my hammock chair
I was going to ask you about that chair. It already caught my attention. And so, what are you doing in that chair?
swinging.
Do you?
I think everybody should have a hammock chair or a hammock swing, and mine's inside. This is one of the things I added when this whole thing started a couple years ago with staying indoors and can't go anywhere. I said, what would I do? What would if I had my own home was my retreat? Well, I would want a hammock chair that I get to swing in. So I have a hammock chair.
Ah, yes, absolutely. So, Julia, what have you been doing during these times? What have you been doing? What are you up to?
Wow,
Well,
lots.
you brought up these
Um,
times. You bought a hammock
it's
chair.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and I built my own hot yoga room in the house because I wanted to be able to do yoga. Um, we're here to create our own heaven on earth. I hope my sound is okay. I do have earbuds if I need them. Just let me know.
No, you
Um,
sound good to
but
me.
creating heaven on earth, what does that look like? Okay, good, good. Creating heaven on earth, what does that look like to me? And it was, well, I love my hot yoga room. I want that always accessible for myself. And I feel like I'm literally doing yoga with God now. It's just me and the mirror and my mat and, this hammock chair. I've been doing a lot, finding the balance in helping others awaken to their, why they're here, what they're here for, and then also being on my own path and journey, right? Uh, yeah. So yes, please share. Hi, everyone. I see a lot of people here. Very exciting.
Oh, yeah, we have some
But
wonderful people here. Let us know, by the way, where you're from. We have Omar, Watchers Talk, we have Mountain Devil, we have a Facebook user, and we have Julia, just a lot of people that I love, Deborah. So, and now I'm introducing you all to this amazing angel. Okay, so you've been doing a lot of personal expand. The way I see it is we're in this initiation, each and every one of us, and it's personal, but yet it's a global and a galactic initiation simultaneously, and on an ascension timeline. So I think it's exciting. So tell us a little bit about then,
mhm.
the kinds of changes that you have gone through, how you came to be an angel intuitive and an angel guide. Like what transformations happened for you? You want to share your story with us?
Wow, I would love to. Thank you. I will give you the condensed version. But I'm a speech pathologist. I have a master's degree in that, and I was doing that at the time, open to my abilities. And a lot of things happened at once. I got very sick with a mystery illness. I was losing my marriage. I had to close my business because I couldn't work anymore. I had a private practice. It was sought after, people, waiting on wait lists. And um, I was losing everything, seriously losing everything. I was at my rock bottom. And I don't know that that's the first time I've ever been at rock bottom, but it was the first time I literally called out to God, source, whatever you call that, for help. And I was raised a preacher's kid. Okay, so I'm a PK, and I had shut God out many years before. That source, the life force center, I shut it out because I think I grew up just thinking, oh, I'm a sinner, I'm this bad person, God's judging me, and oh, all this stuff. And when I did reach out for that lifeline, I literally called and just said, I need a lifeline. Are you there? Do you exist? Do you love me still? And here came learning about angels. And the very first I didn't know much about angels. We didn't talk about it at church or anything. And I had left church and I had gone down a pretty wild road for a while. I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun, but I mean it was wild. But when I, asked for that lifeline, because I knew I couldn't do it on my own anymore. And that's what a lot of us do. We try to do this life alone. Um, I was in a diner one day waiting for my lunch to come, and they had this placemat, and it had different businesses on this placemat. And I remember looking down and I saw this little purple angel. And I was like, what is that? I looked at that and it said, Angel class, come learn your guardian angel's name. And I was like, I'd never even thought about angels. And I said, I'm supposed to go to that. That started it all. And Archangel Michael was the first angel, which to me, he comes as purple. That's my color he comes as. So for him to be on that placemat, right? And then he's the one that I've been working with ever since with everything I do. So let's just say that the angels help. I opened to my abilities. I didn't know. I started seeing, knowing, understanding. It came very quickly. I found a mentor to help me learn how to harness it and to work with it, because I did learn that I could control it some. It's off when I'm not working. So I mean, we're always in tune, but I mean the whole mediumship part and all that stuff. But yeah, I wrote a book about it called Stepping into the Light. You get on Barnes and Noble or Amazon. It tells them the whole story, actually. So the angels saved me, or they helped me. They helped me save myself. They came in and they started helping me find my way back to the light, which is funny because I'm called Stepping into the Light is my podcast and the name of my book. Literally, we're all here to step into the light. We're finding our way back home. So that's the condensed version. I did have to leave speech pathology because I could not live by those rules and do what I was doing, right? Because once you get into this, there's not a rule system that works. the
No.
rule systems don't work in this. Even with ascension, the rule systems are like God. But so I just told the angels, if I'm supposed to do this, then I literally said replace my income, because I had 6-figure income. I said replace the income. I didn't say how amount it had to be. But that happened within 2 weeks. I was booked out for a very long time, and so I made that shift.
And when was this, by the way?
When was this?
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I published my podcast in 2015. It's also stepping into the light. I'm gonna say, I've lost track. It's been Well, I've known my boyfriend now for 13 years, so it was about that time. He has grown with me through all this. Sorry if I'm swinging. I just like to swing. So
I
I'm
get
like
it.
swinging. I'm swinging on camera. So I did get a diagnosis eventually. It was Lyme disease. Okay, I had it for 8 years. I call it Lyme hell. If anybody's had Lyme, you know it's hell. But the angels also helped me with that, and I healed myself with no meds. I did. They showed me how my scars, and a lot of them I inflicted on myself, either past life stuff and this lifetime stuff, because we just bring it forward if it's not healed. All of that had allowed my body to be attacked because I was attacking myself emotionally.
So very,
So
very interesting. So you were able to you were able to heal, and this is important for people to know. You can heal through uncovering your past lives and healing the trauma of those past lives. Is that right?
absolutely. I mean, you can learn so much from past lives.
Is that-
You can heal yourself. You'll even understand relationships with certain people. You're going to understand so much about yourself. You'll understand why you avoid certain things. I avoided having children, and if I would have learned that at 20 this time, I might be a mom now. But I mean, I'm happy. I'm perfect the way it is. But phobias, fears. Right now, with what's going on in the world, this is massive past lives coming just out,
I was
out
going to
in.
ask you that.
Yes.
Take us a look at that. That when you started talking about the past lives, it hit me that this whole pandemic and everything we've been going through with this for 2 years, and now this sort of rise of dark dark energies. We've done this
Mhm.
before, haven't we?
Yes, and you know what? It's fascinating. The people I've been working with one on one for past life regression. I mean, one gentleman was here as a light bringer. It's wild. Was here bringing the light with others, bringing the light, and then was tricked by what he said. I can't remember if he said a lizard or whatever he said. And I was just like, and whatever you're into, but I mean, for me, it was fascinating that he was telling me what happened. We got like manipulated or tricked. And I do believe that you can use the light for good or bad. So
Right.
basically got tricked. But see, that he felt responsible, even though it wasn't his fault, but he carried forward it was his fault, even though he was tricked into, here, use this, to where this lifetime it's self-sabotage completely. And just so he won't step into his power, into his light. So I mean, yeah. Fascinating.
So, so do you have any thoughts or examples how of the lifetimes before that really impact where we are now with the pandemic?
Huh.
Or not
Yeah.
just the pandemic, let's just say the era that we're in, where where we're actually at this point, this timeline of transformation for the planet, a really beautiful timeline split in a way, which will come
Mhm.
back together for the rise of humanity. But it's still, so I understand it's preordained, and some of us are here for that exciting ascension. But there's been all this other trauma that happened before. So I'm just curious your thoughts.
Yeah, and that's where things get tricky. That I want to give you some examples. First of all, like I'll get into that, but I want to give some examples of. So, say you have someone that can't lose weight, just can't lose weight, or if they lose it, it comes right back up, or whatever the case may be. That is, I'm going to say, almost always connected with a rape or sexual assault in this lifetime or past. And it can be from a past lifetime. And once they discover what happened, and then moving through that, healing it there in that lifetime, it transcends across all timelines, lifetimes, and dimensions. So
So that and
the
that
whole,
actually,
what,
go ahead. No, the whole
and they
what?
might start, they'll actually start shedding the weight. They'll start shedding the weight just from going to that lifetime to understand what happened. So with me, with Lyme disease, I had to go to multiple lifetimes to understand what had happened, why I felt guilty or ashamed, or whatever the case may be. And every lifetime, something happened to the people I loved in front of me. And it was done that way for a reason, because, right? Oh, this was my fault. They did this to my loved ones because of who I am and what I'm doing. And so taking that vibration of, sometimes we even make a vow, I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to do this again. So us as a collective, have gone through these lifetimes and programs of trauma for being the light, right? So that it's breaking free from that. Like, I am here to be the light. I am here to do this work. I am here to be a channeler, or because we all have these abilities. We all can do this. Every single one of us. We have been fooled. We have been, if you want to call it, dumbed down. We have been taught, maybe some upbringing is taught it's bad. So, but I'm going to tell you, it's that once you understand who you are, you truly are. Every lifetime, I was here trying to help save humanity,
Right.
whether it was teaching children to step into their role, helping slaves for being a slave and helping them to freedom. Like, I was always doing the same thing, I swear. And even seeing Atlantis fall, I was standing there. I saw it. My boyfriend was there, and I'm gonna say that we were all there. Actually, I'm just gonna throw that out as a possibility that we were all there. And when you get the impact of those events, when you're there, and it's emotional, when you're in the past life regression, you feel the emotions, but that's what you're going to heal. You don't feel any physical anything, no physical pain, nothing. But you are tapped into the emotion of what really happened. And watching something fall that we had worked so hard and diligent in building, but we loved it. It wasn't difficult. We just worked hard at this.
Right.
And then to realize this was not what we thought it was. I mean, we did something as a collective, we did something not so right here. So it had to go destroy. And we're here to build, we're here to create heaven on earth. That's what we're doing. Yeah. And the more of us that are awakening just to the truth of what's happening, that's igniting that within us. Oh yeah, I am here for something better. I am here for not that, right? To make sure that doesn't happen again. At least that's why I'm here. Well, I can only speak for myself.
And when you know your purpose, I think you and I had discussed this last time. Well, in 2020, I sort of had a mental glitch. It's like, well, gosh, this is a lot to handle. Help. And then I heard, remember why you're here. Remember your purpose. Remember you were born for this. And it was so, just so reawoken me again, so to fluff my own wings so that, and I think we have to do that with everyone, to remember that, yeah, these are the times for which you were born. And all those skills are just sort of sleeping until you awaken them, or until you get these memories, including these past life memories.
Yes. And I mean, so I have clients who are even seeing past lives they were in the tunnels. They were there. And I'm going to pose it. Perhaps we all have been in every role to experience. I don't know for sure. I'm just throwing it as a possibility. But I too, when I awakened just 2 years ago, I had to question myself. I said, okay, am I really doing God's work? Because I got to make sure I'm doing God's work. I mean, I questioned myself, but I think that's so important, because that's how we also, discover the truth about ourselves. If I'm just out there saying, well, this is what I do and it's all good, it's always good. Well, I don't know. When I learned some things that I had no clue was happening, I had to really dig deep and see, is this what I'm here to do? And once you do that, once you're willing to learn and expand and grow, and then find your way back to love, your frequency is so different. It is such a high, I get chills all over right now. You are at such a high vibe, right? Because you really had to go down these rabbit holes to find, and then go, whoa, now I got to find my way back to this space. But it's not saying that I'm ignoring that space. I understand now who I truly am here to be.
Right.
Hopefully it's making sense.
Yeah, and it gives you a compass. No, it gives you a compass so that you know what you're doing, and that no matter if everything's falling apart, you know you're here to chop wood and carry water, say. You just, you have a sense of balance. And and those structures give you stability inside when you have a sense of why, your purpose, your mission. And I don't know about you, but it gives me a reason to leap up out of bed. I just leap up, like I'm so excited to start my day because I feel like I have a lot to I have so much to do and helping people remember and wake up and live your truth and have courage, that really these are the times that I was called and you were called for sure.
We were all
Yes.
called.
No,
And I think leaping out of bed too is that you're living your purpose every day. And
Mhm.
I want to make sure that everyone knows too that I have my bad days. Okay, I have bad days. I don't know if Joan has them. I have. I had a really bad day yesterday, and again, it's finding your way to a really bad day because a loved one in a hospital, um, and consenting to have things put in their body when they are completely doped up. And what do I have a choice then? Am I putting on my cape and getting involved? Which I did, because again, it's just another space that I needed to go in and go, wait a minute, what are you doing? I'm watching you. We're not allowing this anymore. So
So
I want
there's a
everyone to know this.
3D. There's a
Yeah,
3D component that we have to come up from here and go, oh my
yes,
God, wait, I'm required to do this, this, and this on the 3D earth to alter
yeah.
things, not let them happen.
We are needed to do that. A lot of people, I
Mhm.
think, once you find that higher vibe, you're like, okay, I don't even need to be there. Never needed there. Other people tell me, because we are needed, by the way. We're rising, but we have a handout helping. We're leaving the breadcrumbs, we're leaving the golden nuggets. And it's up to all the souls what they want to do, but it's like we can't just abandon and just go, this feels so good. I don't have to do anything there again. I don't know. I work with Archangel Michael. He's doing it all. So I'm like, I got my sword out. I'm like, I'm there in the fight wherever I'm needed. Yes, I'll hold the space of love and meditation and all this stuff, and then I'll also go with my sword and I'll do some slicing, and I'll call this doctor, which I did yesterday, and really let him have it and let him know what he was doing and that I was watching. So um, it we're all in this together, and so we've got to play our part. And that's a long. I give you long answers for your questions.
Well, maybe they've required long answers, Julia, but I love your energy and I feel like a real harmony with you in a lot of things. So, what do your angels have to tell us about what you feel they feel is going on right now?
That we are so loved, and that we are. I'm going to use the word we are winning, because we are. This is, and I don't want that to be like we are winning. The light is winning. We're bringing the light back. We're taking the light back, whatever the case may be, however you want to word it. That it's happening for us, and we have so many helpers. So many helpers. What I don't know if Joan talks about this on her channel. I imagine she does, but the angels cannot help unless we call on them. They can't interfere with free will. Okay, and that's what I learned when I was at rock bottom. I had never asked for help, asked them for help. So make sure that you ask them for anything and everything. That even if it's this, Melinda, even if you just, hey, help me know why I'm here. I love that. Think just being a human that spreads love is enough? Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for doing that. We all have a different role to play. I honestly, half the time I'm like, I'm going to pick this role now. I'm going to have to do this now. I I did not want to get involved in that situation yesterday, but I was watching a loved one, things happening to a loved one. So if I don't step in, who's going to? And whether it made a difference or not, it's still that energy of saying, no, this will not happen. You are not going to do this. So we, people that bag our groceries, they have a role here. I have a person at my store that is the most beautiful, pleasant, loving person that I actually can't wait to go see when I get groceries. Okay. And that soul is spreading love right there in that grocery store. So there is not one job that's bigger or more important than another. We are all here to do this. All of us doing this work and holding the space of love. I hold a space of love. I'm a tough love. I'm a tough lover. I'm a tough love coach is what I call myself. I will not feel sorry for anyone. I'd never send that energy your way. I know that wouldn't help you in any way. And I know I've been there, having Lyme for 8 years and losing my marriage, my business, everything. And I know I know what it's like when you feel like, how can I ever get out of this? How could I ever? And honey, it is possible. Wherever you are right now, it is absolutely possible wherever you're at in the world and on this journey. But the angels, can't imagine it being as easy without the angels. And yes, I still have my lessons to learn, right? So things still came up for me that I had to learn from. And when anything ever shows up, I just talked about this today with my life group. I said, all this happened yesterday with this doctor because number one, I don't have a problem with the throat chakra ever anymore. I did at one time, but sometimes maybe it gets a little too out there, like really lashing out at this doctor that I knew that he knew what he was doing. And coming full circle to today, getting the message. Okay, let me wrap this up. This makes sense. I had to do a reading for someone yesterday who I knew was an addict, an alcoholic, and an abuser. So I knew that going into it, but I knew as a channel I have to go into it with no judgment because that's how I'm going to get the messages. And so I did this whole reflection today of, I went into that with no judgment, and the man said it was the most beautiful thing he's ever experienced, and it changed him. And I could see him shift during the session, getting, now going to rehab, going to go to rehab and all these things. I went into this when I wasn't doing the channeling work or the session, I went into this judgment with the loved one, with the doctor, right? So I went in with ego. So it was such a learning experience for me today. I was like, oh my gosh, your ego ran the show the entire time with that doctor. Like, look how you went into this situation with this man. You stepped out of any kind of judgment about anything. You allowed it to come through, and then boom, it has to do with your loved one. You're like, give him my sword. So, I mean, you gotta learn through the stuff, and I'm so glad that I can then forgive myself, which I had to do today. Just, hey, it's over. Maybe you shouldn't have said this or called him that, and and just I apologized to him. I actually did send an apology to him. I said, I'm so sorry. And there's no excuse for the words I use, and I apologize for that. So letting yourself go then. Sorry, whatever they decide to apologize or to forgive or not, just gotta let it go yourself. So that's just had to share even my most recent lesson.
You're not perfect, but you know what? You could have saved your loved one's life. So, especially these days in the hospitals.
Actually.
Okay, and we know that they're actually deliberately shifting out medicines and not giving the ones that heal. So honestly, you cannot take anything for granted. Yes, these are light bodies that carry our soul, and we'll get a new one next life. And I thought I got a good one. You got a good one this life. But, we still have to work with them and heal them and do the things. So definitely being, what do they call it? Like a sharpshooter, being aware of what's going on and having clarity around in all circumstances and knowing where you're being taken advantage. I mean, there's been a lot we've had to deal with the last few years in learning the truth about who we are and what we would agree to and not agree to, what path we walk. It's been a great learning opportunity. I think I'm going to look back on the last few years and go, this was the best period of my life because I've learned so much. I've transformed. I am not the same Joan I was. I don't know about you, but I'm not the same Joan. What about you? You can't possibly be the same Julia.
No. Oh my
We've
gosh,
been shaped.
This last couple of years is totally. I am so good at speaking my truth now. I thought I was before, but I think when you truly can speak your truth is when you can speak it even if people think you look crazy, but you're still going to say it because this is like, I'm trying to help you save yourself. Or, for instance, it's actually my dad. He just had surgery on his neck, and he had decided not to get the third thingy. And while he was doped up,
they wanted to give him that
pharmacist walked in
thingy.
and said, do you want to? And they did. And so I called the doctor and said, what about informed consent? So informed consent, he is not able to consent in his mental status. So they are, I'm going to say they're a little nervous because they know I'm watching them now. And I also believe in miracles though. So I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to, believe that is going to cause any harm to my father. That I already called angels in there. I even asked angels to give blood transfusions. You go give a blood transfusion, you get that out of him. Like I will tell them anything. I'll command them, command the angels to do things. They are here to serve us. We're serving others. They are here to serve us. We tell them what we need them to do, and they know when I say it, you better go take care of this. They know that I expect it, and it gets done.
All right. So I love that. I love that. I think all collectively, guys, we really ought to tell the angels exactly what we want and what kind of planet we want, what kind of life we want. And that is how we're going to get to this new timeline, this new ascension pathway that we're going on, guys. For sure. It is in our thoughts, it is in
Mm-hmm.
our affirmations, and this concept of commanding, from that strength of power, not from control. There's a difference, guys, between command and control. And commanding uses that full authority of source to back up what you're saying. So amazing. So, Julia, I know that you have a class. I've been showing it periodically. Oh, right there. And guys, I love Julia's work. So, Julia and I are both affiliates of the Ascended Master Store, which means that if I do a class, which is going to be up there, by the way, on Soul Purpose, you're going to see it, she would probably help promote it for me. And if she has a class, I'll help promote it because we happen to like each other's work and they're so aligned with each other that that's why
Yeah.
we do that. So when you see that, that's because we're supporting each other to do our work and to let my tribe know about Madam Treat. I'm going to call her Madam Treat.
Madam, true. Madam,
Yes,
thank you for that.
Madam Treat. Something about
Madam
that
Treat.
name.
Hey, I might have been a madam in another lifetime. You never know. Yeah,
Well,
I
you're a
thank you for that.
medium,
And I just want
madam.
to
You're a
medium,
madam
madam.
medium.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes, go ahead. Tell us
Yeah.
a little
It's
bit about the
we are
class, and I'm
so
gonna see if I
aligned
can get it.
that I just started a segment called Miracle Mondays.
Oh, yeah, well, and I've been doing
Okay. Yeah,
Miracle
I want to
Mondays
say we're
for
so
like
aligned.
5
When I found
years,
out you had
guys.
a Miracle Monday, I didn't
What
even
do
know.
you
I said,
say?
wow, she already has a show like that. We had so many things in common. So the past life regression course that she has below,
Oh, right.
um, what I would suggest, I do talk about a little bit before, and then can you? Okay, you got me. Okay, I know it's really windy where you are, so it's breaking up a little bit. I don't know if I'm breaking
Oh,
up
I
or not.
can't see that I'm
Um,
breaking up.
but
Okay.
if you do it, you want to try it. Okay, that's okay. No, it's good now. That you go through it once and see what happens, and if you don't get a lot, do it again. Right? We're kind of like this one and done thing. It doesn't work. Now I'm going to go look for the next thing. Do it over and over if you've never done past life regression before, because you will get more every single time. You can use it. You'll have unlimited access. So if you want to go in with the intention, I want to know why I can't lose weight. That could be the intention. And you go through the lifetime to find out. Or I want to understand why I'm single, or what's up in my relationship, or what's my purpose. I want to understand who I am. Your soul knows exactly what lifetime to take you to start the learning again. So again, don't listen to it just once. You're going to have access to it. Keep utilizing that. The next thing that comes up for you, okay, why am I so scared of this? Why is there so much fear about this? Then have that intention and go listen to it again. So just know that you'll be able to learn so much more about yourself. Doing it's a group past life regression. So I'm guiding you, right? I'm not there to talk you through each thing. That is different than doing it in person. And I don't know, Joan, if you do that or not. I do, but I don't know if you do past life regression. But find someone if you decide you want to take it further and do it with them, because they'll help you move through those blocks that come up as you're trying to find things out. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. So, guys, you really ought to go look up Julia Treat at juliatreat.com, all her fantastic, fantastic work. And this great, I mean, I think that I love past lives. I've been fortunate in that I remember a lot of them, and they come to me,
Oh,
and I kind of, I don't do regressions, but I sometimes get pictures of people, and it comes to me more and more. I've been asking
yeah.
for the fast track to fast regressions, instant answers, and ancestral healing like that. But
Mhm.
anyway, I just and there's so much other stuff, Julia, that it's hard to confirm. I think people need to confirm who they are and why they're here. I just had this flash that kind of was a little what they call brain fart, where I was thinking about lost time. And some of these lifetimes, there's been so many thousands of years of lost time for people too, that recovering your memories is the best way.
Yeah.
And what made me say that is really crazy. I had a flash on knowing my brother and his wife's past life. I've always known it ever since I met her. I saw them in this beautiful carriage in Vienna, Austria, dressed to the nines, going to the opera. And you can't shake me out of that. I've seen that before I even knew there was such a thing as past lives. Well, actually, right. So, but when I said that, when I was thinking that and talking, I had this little brain fart that I realized that there was a global reset in around that era. And now I'm thinking, what was I really seeing? And what era am I really seeing? And so I
Mm.
got confused on another track. That's all. Nothing that you could actually say about that. So, are you there, Julia? Hello, Julia, Julia,
So
Julia.
you broke up. I really couldn't make out what that. I don't. Yeah, I couldn't really make out what you just said. It broke up a bunch. I, uh, I don't
You're
know, guys.
breaking
Can
up
you hear
too.
me? Can you hear her? Like, put in the
You're
chat what's
starting
going
to
on.
break up. You're starting to break up. I know that the winds are really, really high here. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
was
have heavy wind. Yeah,
very
yeah.
high winds. Roads are closing as we speak, but we're on Zoom. What does it matter? I don't
Oh,
have to
I'm
go out
breaking up.
there. You're breaking up. Okay. I think it's a
So we
good
have a
way to
lot of
end
high
it.
winds here. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm
Ah,
in Northeast
okay.
Pennsylvania. We have a lot of high winds today.
So you have a lot going on over there. All right,
Okay.
guys. I think we're gonna
Yeah.
say goodbye to this beautiful soul. Go sign up on Madam Treat. Go check out her website. Check out her Miracle Monday. I think one night, Julia, what if we did a joint Miracle Monday and really blew them out of the water? She can't hear me. She'll never hear what I said. I'm going to wait till she comes back. Nod your head when you can see me. Julia, Julia, Julia. Hello, Julia, Julia. Oh God, am I going to have to end the broadcast without telling her what I said? I think so. Guys, please like, subscribe, and share. We will see you all soon. Okay.